A very warm welcome to Haddington Golf Club, hole 1. Ideally on hole 1 here you want to be left of centre. Anything right at the fairway and your approach shot is that much more difficult because you have a water hazard there that stretches out almost to the middle of the fairway, and it's a 2-tier green, so you need to be long enough to get up there. You're hitting hole 2 from an elevated tee down towards those 2 trees. Anything with a fade on it though is going to hit that one on the right hand side for sure, and if you're long with a bit of draw, those 2 bunkers on the left hand side could come into play. So it really does pay to be straight on this hole if you can. If you are, your second shot is relatively straightforward to a nice flat green, guarded both sides, yes, with that sand. Hole 3 is a lovely little short par 4. Ideal opportunity to pick up a shot here, but you've got rough on the right and you've got that big bunker on the left to pick up anything with a draw. Otherwise it's straightforward, a short wedge to the green. Hole 4, very often into the wind. Fairway slopes all the way from the left hand side all the way down there, so your tee shot should really be left of centre and let it run down to the middle. Second shot, no problems, but that slope extends all the way into the green, so make allowances. Club captain teeing off on the 5th. This is a great little par 4. There's a bunker there, however, on the right hand side to catch that short faded shot, and that big tree you see there, that can easily get in your way for your approach. Otherwise it's just a short chip into the green. Here's David for his birdie attempt. Yes, well done. Hole 6 is an interesting hole. From the white tee there you have to bend the ball round from the right to left. But those bushes and trees on the left hand side, they're a real problem if you come too far. And then further on there on the fairway you have a telegraph pole and wires. If you hit them by mistake you just got to take your shot again. But it's a medium iron, short iron even into that lovely green with a bunker on the right and the wall on the left hand side. Hole 7 is a dogleg from right to left. You hit your ball down to the bottom of the hill there and you want to try and keep as close as you can to this tree. This one here, right here on the left hand side. Down at the bottom of the hill you see the water there on the right, you need to avoid that. Come down, if you're close to the tree you'll just have a very short iron through those lovely humps and hollows into that green, guarded on both sides with the old bunkers. 8 is a short hole, 150 odd yards, named after the old quarry that used to be here, and for good reason. Big slope up there to the green, trees on both sides, but if you get up, and that's the secret, then you could be quite close. It's an elevated tee on hole 9. All the way down on that left hand side is out of bounds, so the tendency is to go right, but if you go too far right you've got trees there. Second shot's short iron into a lovely green, but of course you have to beware of the sand guarding both sides of it. Out of bounds continues all the way down on the left on hole 10, and there's a couple of traps there on the right hand side to catch those short fades. Second shot, medium iron, into a lovely green, quite narrow, well guarded by the sand, but a very satisfying green to hit into, that's for sure. Hole 11 is a long par 5, 510 yards. All the way down on the left hand side we have the River Tyne. That of course is out of bounds. If you're very long off the tee, there is a bunker here in the middle of the fairway that could give you problems. Your second shot from a roundabout here has to thread through 3 very well placed fairway bunkers there. There's the river all the way down on the left, and then it's a small wedge into that green, familiar 2 bunkers either side. Here's the scene on the 12th tee. This hole is usually into the prevailing wind, stroke index 1, and you need to bend it if you can slightly from right to left around those water hazards, not too far. And then your second shot has to be long enough and strong enough to get up a pretty big slope up onto that green. Hole 13 is regarded by many as one of the best holes on the course. Big avenue of trees there on the right hand side which you need to avoid if you can. One tree there about driving distance particularly is one to avoid. And from about this point down towards the clubhouse in the distance, it runs all the way down to the green. And the green has a very narrow entrance to it. There's a nasty little tree on the right hand side and a water hazard on the left. Hole 14 is a lovely little short par 3. Again, trouble with trees on the left there, a bit of water to the right, but that's no real problem. The biggest task is to get up a severe slope up onto the green. Hole 15 runs all the way down the River Tyne on the left hand side. Big cascade there with a little waterfall. That big tree there on the right, some people say it's got a golf ball magnet on it. But if you can avoid it and get down there, you've got a long iron, a lovely long iron approach into a super little green, again a little slope up to the green and guarded well with bunkers. Hole 16 is a slight dogleg from left to right, past the old summer house there of Amosfield. Best line is over this tree right here. Or you can fade it round to the right, but watch that bunker down there on the right hand side. Then your approach is through those trees that guard the green. No bunkers, but it's a tight second shot. Hole 17 is a deceptive little par 3. Guarded on the right there by a rhododendron bush and a big tree. But anything left will slide off the green because it all slopes from right to left. And so to the 18th, a great closing hole on Haddington. Accuracy is the name of the game on this hole. 3 bunkers on the right. Dangerous for anything that has a fade on it. and that big one on the left just swallows up anything that's got a hook. Second shot needs to be drawn round, if you can do it, from right to left into a beautiful green with the now familiar bunkers either side. Thank you all for watching. Come and play soon.